You've been promoted in the batting lineup here, Brian.
What am I to?
You're opening.
Oh, wow.
This is your first time opening.
Why am I opening?
Well,
Raiders Sharks.
Well, I'm following the rundown, and it says Brian Fletcher, Raiders and the Sharks.
Okay.
Fletcher to start things.
Let's get this. The Tancred Stakes is about to jump. No, sorry. Okay, let's have a look at this. Morgan Smithies. This is for the Raiders. Morgan Smithies, he returns on the bench after missing the Cowboys game. So Josh Papali'i is going to the starting side. Trey Mooney drops to the reserves. Sharks, Hiroti comes into the... Oh, he hasn't played for ages. He played at South there for a little while.
Marween
Hiroti comes into the centres in place of Iro, who's done his hamstring. Tommy Hazelton is back in the side. He's on the bench after that back injury. And Sifa Talakai is going to miss the game because of the concussion protocols. They're back down there at GIO Stadium. They are coming off both losing teams. So Sharkies need a big one here, but...
So too do the Raiders.
I know, but I think the Raiders. The Raiders.
You know what? I'm leaning that way too.
I think the Raiders.
I am leaning that same way. Now, Brian, this game here, the Panthers taking on the Cowboys. Big in Nathan Cleary. Okay, that's a big one.
Yep.
Concussion protocols. He's past that now, so he's back.
Dylan Edwards?
No Dylan Edwards.
Okay.
So you think about the grand final, which wasn't so long ago. Fullback Dylan Edwards.
Yep.
Wingers were Taruva and To'o.
Gone.
Centres, Alamotti and Tungor.
Yep, one's there.
And 5'8", the great Jerome Luai.
Yeah, so the back line, we've got one.
Dane Laurie.
We've got two. We've got three. We've got
That's
three
it.
players.
Yeah, you've got Dane Laurie, you've got Alamotti who's on the wing, you've got Tungor there. Thomas Jenkins is in the centres. Casey McLean's on the wing. Jack Cole is a 5'8". Nathan Cleary. So that's how they line up the Panthers. They're finding it very, very hard, which it had to come at this, some kind of stage for this. While Scott Sorensen's abs with concussion.
Yes.
Isaiah Papali'i moves to the back row.
And here comes Emax tip down the outside, the 15. The 15 is it going to get there? He's going to get there.
Is that the EMAC?
That's the Emac.
General salute.
General salute.
Oh, beautiful stuff,
Thank
EMAC.
you very
Mate, he's the
much.
best in the business. He is the best in the business. There you go. Of course it did. Brian, of course it did. It won by half a length. It got there easy.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room so we can do it all night and you can make me feel right.
Mate, EMAC's the best in the country. He's very, very quiet.
Chances
and
are you're about to lose.
Chances are you're about to lose. But
Well,
anyway,
guess
not
what?
on that occasion.
Guess what? I didn't.
No. They're the European Silks too. Who won in
Hang
those?
on. Oh, yeah, we got it.
Dunedin. I think Dunedin won in those colours too. I reckon it's the same stable. Anyway, we move on to the Rabbitohs taking on the Roosters. Big, big blockbuster game. I'll leave you with this, boys. So they first played in 2008. It was a 1-point win, I think, to the Roosters. 1-point win. So they have played 233 times.
Yes.
What do you think the points differential is?
Oh, it's like the old Origin stat.
Okay, so you're saying from
16 points.
19...
Points scored, what's the difference?
Oh.
Since 1908, in them 233 clashes, what's the points difference?
It's going to be a trick question. I'll say 12.
3 points.
Oh.
3?
For 233 games, the great rivalry
That's a good
is
stat.
separated by 3 points.
Yeah.
Crap stat.
That's the crapper stat of all time.
Bunnies weren't in the competition, though, for a couple of years, so...
Oh, hang on.
But
Hang on.
that doesn't change the stats.
No, it doesn't.
Speaking of coming back into the competition, number 3 for the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Number 3.
Oh,
is
good.
Jai Gray. No, sorry, it's Latrell Mitchell. Mitchell will
April
line
Fools.
up at centre after coming back from his hamstring injury, which means Jai Gray, the Dally M leader, maintains his number 1 on the back.
He had to.
Had to.
You can't... I mean, he's winning the Dally M's, for
Yeah.
God's
Had
sake.
to.
The Alex Johnston injury, he injured his rib out of all that last week. Did his elbow just smash his rib or something? Remember that shoulder, the put down? So he's out. Isaiah Tass goes to the wing. Hubner's returned from suspension. He's at lock, and Tallis Duncan will move to the bench. LLB, Liam LeBlanc, looked all right last week. He's number 18.
I love him.
LeBlanc.
I love him. He's got that rank little mo.
Is that the White in French?
Yes, Matt the White.
Yeah.
Of the White or something?
Liam the White.
Liam of White.
And I know we spoke about it. Kepi's been flying as well.
Yes.
This is gonna be-
What
this is gonna be
about
good.
That's why they're
Kalama-Tani?
3-1.
Jesus.
Now, I'm hearing a little bit of mail
Ooh.
that Billy Smith and Hugo, the boss, will be in the 17 somewhere. That's what I'm hearing.
Hugo.
Well, Billy Smith has to be
That's
there.
what I'm hearing.
All right, Roosters side, gents. So Connor Watson missed the Titans loss. He's back from his concussion protocols. And Celesi Foketi is back from suspension, which means Zach Docker-Clay goes to the bench. Hugo Savala makes way. Lindsay Collins has been named to start. And Spencer Leniu is moving back to the bench. Nat Butcher takes over from Victor Radley, who had the cheekbone injury.
Yeah.
Guys, is it... So 3-1 Rabbitohs, 1-3 Roosters. Is this trend continuing? Are we going to see the Rabbitohs 4-1?
Oh, it's...
And the Roosters 1-4. What's doing?
But as we... This
Hang
Sunday,
on, they're not 1-4 just yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. Are we
That
going to
could be,
see this
yeah.
like as an outcome? Latrell back is huge.
it is. And for...
Left side.
Oh, that's going to be Robert Toya, the youngster,
Oh,
against Latrell. That's a big mission, isn't
Toya
it?
will
Do you
be
think-
out of the cot.
Do you
Is he
think-
related to Marcello Montoya? We got that text the other day.
But Roosters, they were close last week.
Were they?
They were close. They got lapped in the last 20 minutes, but they need to get. They get up there. They're void of ideas in attack. They can get up there all right. They march down the field okay.
Is this last chance? Because he hasn't, other than injuries,
It is last
Robbo
chance.
hasn't really done many changes. There've been forced changes, really, in the scheme of things. Do you? I
Well,
know what
Billy's-
you're saying, Shug. This has got to
Billy
be
Smith's
a
gotta
big
come
game for a lot of Roosters players that are sitting in that 17 at the moment.
Behind closed curtains, and I know you
They'll be
know
up
about
for
this,
it.
Brooksy.
They'll be up for it.
So I said, listen, after they got lapped by the Broncos, they'll make the 8. The
Yep.
Roosters will make the 8. And I said this at the time.
Yep.
And then people piled on. They absolutely piled on.
Yep.
And then they were very quiet when they beat the Penrith Panthers. And then when they beat the Penrith Panthers, a few of those who bagged me hard, I went and liked their comments. And they were still quiet. And then
This
they
is
got
passionate.
pumped. And then...
You unlike those comments.
No, I didn't. But then somebody had messaged you and they tagged me in.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Right, after the event again. So we're after eventers.
Are you still keen on it? Maybe 8?
Mate, I'm so far down the pitch, I have to now.
Okay.
And I said to all those people who think I'm a South hater, I have to pick the Roosters, right? And if they get beat by South Sydney, it is Western Web. They
Yeah.
are done, right? And I will issue a public apology on Monday that I got it wrong.
Desperation.
So I've got to pick them. I'm too far down the pitch.
Okay, it's out at Allianz. It's not at Allianz. It's out at Accor. A
Yeah.
lot of A's there.
Yeah, I know.
South Sydney, left side at Accor. They just score.
If you're at a core,
Yeah,
Dr.
you score.
Seuss.
Yeah, green eggs and ham.
yeah,
Blue jumpers and red beards.
if you're lucky.
green eggs and ham. Other Roosters a sham. I don't think so. Brian, your head's still in the clouds after
It
the
is.
EMAC got the job done.
Yeah, well, I had a place for my rank 11, but I went pretty heavy on.
General
I did go
Select.
heavy because you know why? Chances are you're about to lose.
Exactly. The run over Joel and Fletch. Chances are we're about to talk about the second half of Teamless Tuesday right after this.
No.
hang on. Hey,
uno momento, por favor.
Sorry.
Bloody hell.
Sorry.
This is the biggest game of the round, Shug, and you're just trying to throw
Sorry.
the brakes.
Sorry.
There's two people playing their former club.
Okay.
April Fools.
Oh,
Gutherson
Jesus.
Thank you.
April
Ouchie.
Fools. Gutherson versus Lomax. Come on, take it away.
So Guthelson's playing Lomax. Eels new recruit Dylan Walker, he joins the bench. First game for the Eels. Luca Moretti, he's also on the bench for the Eels. The tradies mate, he drops out. That's Guymar. Riley Smith.
Yeah, that's your best.
I think we did that
He's
last
a
year. I think
tradies
we did
mate.
that last year, to be fair.
Can we do it properly? It's a tradies, mate.
That's Guymar. He's dropped out. Riley Smith has been named to start at hooker in place of Joey Lussick. And after 2 games in the New South Wales Cup, Bailey Simonson is named among the reserves. For the Dragons, Emre Gula has a 3-game ban. So Toby Catchman starts with David Clemmer. He plays his second game for the Dragons. Blake Glory is the new man on the bench. And last week we had Boogate for Brookvale. Will we have Boogate in Parramatta for Clint Gutherson?
No.
Oh,
course
yeah.
they will.
Of course
You
we will,
reckon there'll be boos?
Of course.
They'll boo.
For Gutho?
Yes.
I know he's
Surely
the king.
not.
I know he's the king.
Mate,
the king.
I don't agree with it, but it's $1 because
They
he's a
should do-
tradies, mate.
That's Guymar.
Well, they'll boo him when he runs out.
Yeah,
you know
of
what they
course
should
we
do?
will.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Mate, welcome to Sport, Brooksy. That's what happens.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
They
I
should do
understand
what they do in the Vegas Knights. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Didn't
Shame.
they kick him out?
No,
He
left.
didn't leave.
But they also, what
Yeah,
they
he
did,
wanted out. It's too far to travel
secretly.
from the Northern Beaches.
but on the converse,
So then he moved to Wollongong.
on the converse,
Yeah.
they also celebrated a former player.
Yeah,
that same night.
But he didn't win him a comp.
No, that's right. That's
He
right.
didn't win him a Stanley.
All
Cup.
righty.
What do you reckon
this,
here, gents? No. Like, this is pretty big for both teams, right? Like, Dragons trying to build some momentum. Eels haven't won a game yet. This is... Oh, we're not going to see 44-40 again, but what do you think? Is this the one the Eels get? Is this their first win?
Each and every day you'd say this is the game they win, right? But you're taking on a team who's a fair few pegs behind the pack themselves. So I don't know. I find this so hard.
They got more attack in them, the Dragons. They look a lot more on the edge. Jaden Sewer's edge. Ooh, there's a tough one. But I'm a Rollsy man.
Ooh, that was
Eels for me.
That was nice.
I think you're going to say rolls them in.
Nah,
Dragons just.
Nah, I'm a Rollsy man. I'm taking Rollsy with me.
Titans take on the Dolphins. Fletchy, the Sunshine Coast Showdown.
Yes, get around this if you're a Queenslander. Jolliffe. Jamin Jolliffe is back after 2 games out. We had the calf injury. And, we've got someone making their debut. Sean Mullany. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. He's going to make he's a 25-year-old. So we're getting a lot of these
Ex-Tiger?
late bloomers. Well, he's making his NRL debut. Chrissy Randall is going to start at hooker. Our man, Sammy Verrills, he's done his hip. I think he fell down the stairs at Burleigh Pavilion. But and let's go to the Dolphins. Just the one change. They're 0-4, as we know. Maxi Plath is moving from the second row to lock to cover for Tommy Gilbert, who was suspended, while Lemuelu returns from his eye socket injury, which is great. Great news.
Absolutely.
Desperation makes for a great game.
What are you thinking, Brian?
I'm thinking Dolphins.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the Dolphins are due.
They've played 4 times. They have won 3 times, the Dolphins. So this could be the game.
Hang on, Shug. Brooks.
So Kiwi,
Mullany.
He was in the Warriors system, train and trial in December, and look at him go. He's now in the 17 for the Titans, round 5.
He's got a tat.
What's that?
He got a tat.
Train and trial.
Yeah. That's good.
No, not bad.
I wonder who our best Hamoli Olakawatu was a trainer trialer, wasn't he?
Trial.
Didn't he get dragged along with a mate? A mate was in the squad and he got dragged along and
Jesse Bromwich.
trainer trial?
They were after Kenny and they just saw him on the ground. They said, "What do you do?" He goes, "I'm just here. I just dropped my brother over." They said, "Well, come here, have a trial." Boom.
Does Gordy tell the story about his brother?
Gordon Tallis. I'm not sure. What is that?
I think he tells the story about his older brother
Wally.
coming down at Wally, yeah.
Could be.
And then they saw him and that's how that took off.
Wow.
Speaking of the Broncos.
Oh, so Gordon's saying he's putting himself first. So how unusual. How unusual that he would steal the limelight
Mate,
from someone.
why the hell would you do that? Broncos take on the West Tigers first ever game. Kane got 3. It is the Broncos. Okay, this is a big game because the Broncos haven't quite clicked into gear. The Tigers, they're working on things. Jordan Ricky has been suspended. Brendan Piakura moves into the starting side with Jaden Hunt, joins the duty bench. Tyson Smoothie again is the 18th man. Now for the West Tigers, we know Jerome Luai's copped a 1-game suspension for a careless high tackle shot. So Latu Fainu, who did a great job off the bench last week, he will wear the number 7. Adam Dewey, who there was great doubt about him, well, he's named despite suffering a groin strain. And Jack Bird reverts to the bench. You'd have to think that there's a world where Dewey doesn't play and Bird plays in the centres. And teenager, this kid's a good player. Luke Laulili comes in on the wing for Solomona Fatape, who drops to the reserves, Brian. So still no Jarrell Skelton for those who backed him at 100-1 to win the top prize draw.
They're just finding their groove. I thought the Broncos were good last week in the sense that, you know, they like playing their flamboyant games. What?
Did you say Fainu their groove?
Yes.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
That was better than the other one.
Which was my other one? My
The
Rubik's
Tanner,
Cubes
yeah.
one. Oh, me tat.
Train and trial.
Yeah, Tat.
Broncos for me.
Big?
Not big, because I've seen that they can scramble well this mob, but
No, Luai. Look, the energy of Luai is a huge out.
it is.
Huge out. On the
Match
road.
against the Tigers.
Are you saying 13?
I think so. I hate to say it, but yeah, I mean, this is a Broncos team, Suncorp. Yeah, no, they haven't clicked into gear. No Luai.
Japanese pearl diver is in some rare form,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yep.
He's just popping oysters, shucking oysters.
He
Things
is.
are just popping out.
I hate to say it.
The goatee is amazing.
Mate, Pasquale but Pasquale don't get on board with him. Get on board, Pasquale's.
Brooksy, you're a Northern Beaches man,
Brookie.
so take us through the Battle of Brookie.
Yes,
It's
so
still
much.
called that?
So much history. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
We've lost that, have we?
I think it's sort of dissipated over the years,
Yeah.
since that rivalry was pretty strong. It felt like there was a blow-up every game. Now, they're mates, there's brother-in-laws in the rivalry. It's all
of
good
course.
now. Seagulls, so Tommy's out again. Lehigh Hopewadi goes to fullback. Falalu comes onto the bench. Onto the wing, guys.
Oh, really?
Yep, so
on him.
that was the swap last time when Tommy was out, so that has happened again.
So no Tommy Talau.
No, yeah, that's
Mate,
interesting.
mate,
Not in
okay.
the 22. Must be injured, surely.
Crow me, please, Maestro. This is a crow with a question.
What's doing with the doing with the crows?
Yeah, well,
Tickets,
okay, I'm
protest.
crowing he'll be gone.
Crow with a question.
Okay, Crow, the
Before
question.
June 30, I'm crowing that Tommy Talau will be gone. But the question is, where will he be gone to before June 30? There's not a world where he doesn't leave there, in my opinion. Thoughts?
He had an absolute stormer against the Chooks
Yeah.
last year. Remember that game was like 44-40 or whatever it was? He had a stormer. He was scoring tries for fun.
So who would benefit from that right now? If you're a contender and you need a little splash of Tommy Talau
Parramatta.
on your
Winger.
diet.
Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
Parramatta.
Left. Yes.
Give me some of that Eels. And I know Bailey Hayward is signed, but someone's got to... Anyway, I don't want to start.
No, go on. Talk.
Why didn't they go and grab him before? They were Owen and Aaron, the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
They're giving him another year. Get in early.
Yep.
What are the scouts doing?
I
I
don't.
don't know.
I mean, far out.
Camping.
Watching the wrong players, maybe. I don't know. Who are they scouting?
How can you not... This kid... Anyway.
Nathan Brown. He starts at prop. He's definitely starting this week, guys,
Probably.
in place of Josh Aloiai.
Possibly.
He's going to miss a week with a shoulder injury.
Definitely.
Toff Sipley joins the bench. Storm. Jerome Hughes is listed among the reserves. So he's in jersey number 22, which means Tyron Wishart, who we had on the show, is in jersey number 7. Does this come with an answer?
Asterisks. Get ready.
No, this is not with an answer.
No.
He's playing.
Jerome.
We read a few clues yesterday, and the fact that he's in the squad,
Yes.
Jerome Hughes, folks, is playing this game.
What
Thoughts,
made,
Brian?
What did you think about Wishy? Why was he...
Oh, there was something about
Bit wishy-washy.
It was a bit wishy-washy. There was something he said about, mate, he's back. It was a Freudian slip. Jerome Hughes is playing.
Why? What did he say?
Were you not listening?
No, I didn't. I was just looking at this text from
No,
someone.
I was kind of saying about, going to Brookie, and he said, oh, yeah, it kind of depends on what happens with Jerome. And I went, ooh. I said, and then I asked him, I said, is he a chance of playing? He said, oh, I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now he's in the squad. He's playing.
1 week for a broken hand, or you only miss 1 week because you get the carryover and then you compound interest, bang. That's why he's playing. It's 2 weeks off.
Yeah, he's playing. Are you with me? He's playing.
Yeah.
Yep, he's playing.
So,
Brooks.
the Hughes will obviously play the game. Lazarus Valepu has been added to the bench in place of Marion Seve. And that's the only change from their loss to the Dragons last week.
Bulldogs take on the Knights. Tourism. What do you got?
Satili Tupanua, he is serving a suspension. So Curtis Moran comes into the bench. And Jacob Kiraz, he drinks Shiraz, has been enlisted amongst the reserves.
Okay.
That's good.
Kieran, but they're flying.
I know.
Who do they take out?
Well, it'd be...
Wilson!
It would be.
Yeah,
But
unfairly.
Nah, he's not playing.
It wouldn't be Robert
Who?
Toy's cousin.
1 more week for Kiraz.
Would it be?
No one's
Wilson?
grabbing it off the shelf.
Wilson?
Wouldn't be Robert Toy's cousin.
No way.
No.
You're getting... Mate, he's on a warpath at the moment.
Okay.
Montoya must have been because of what happened to his missus.
Okay.
Out there. Oh, nice work, Seal.
Well done, Seal. That's very good.
Here,
Oh.
Tommy is still out with the injury. He has played no New South Wales Cup this year, so he must have a bad injury.
Okay. All right.
For the Knights, just one change to the side. Leo Thompson, he returns from a knee injury. So Brodie Jones goes to 18th man.
Off the bye, the Knights. Do they
Yeah.
end the streak?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, Accor Stadium. How many? 30? They get 30 there this week?
They're not scoring many points. They are very few bereft of points.
Bereft.
They are struggling.
Thomas
What-
Can't.
Oh, guess who's coming? Thomas Can't. Thomas Can.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.